Yo, what's going on, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at strange and creepy TikToks that will make you question everything. It's been driving me crazy. I feel like it's some sort of important message, but no one knows what it says. What's it say? 1996? 100? There was definitely some subliminals in there.
A mystery in the sky caught on camera in the western suburbs. Take a look at this video of an object streaking across the sky last night around 9 p.m. Residents in Wadsworth and several other suburban communities also reported seeing objects that left a trail of flames behind. There have been no reports of debris hitting the ground, and NORAD has not commented on this incident. Well, last night on our news at 10, NBC 5 team meteorologist Brent Miller suggested it looked more like space debris than a meteor, and Alicia concurs. So
Space debris.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What do you see? What do you see?
What the heck?
Oh.
Y'all think they really just found that?
Whoa! Whoa! Hello! Oh my goodness! Whoa! Oh my goodness!
That's crazy looking.
It's here. It's everywhere.
What is the Northern Lights, or what are the Northern Lights? You know? Anybody know? Anybody know? Oh, snap. Yo. What was that? Which I think it was.
I found the alien mothership while flying over Barstow, California.
Yo. You see some crazy stuff when you're flying. Not gonna lie.
Hey y'all, you're walking to McDonald's at 12 a.m. at night. Look what we got us right here. We got some of that alien action everybody's been talking about on the news. Look at that right there. I was about to get me a McRib too. Wait, you think they want a McRib? Hey, y'all want a McRib? Y'all want a McRib? I'll get him a McRib. Would you think I should give him a McRib?
That's crazy. Look how it's just going in circles, though.
All right, y'all stay safe out there. You heard?
You think they want a McRib? I don't.
So y'all think I'm tripping? That motherfucking plane been sitting like this for a minute, but when I go zoom in, my phone does this.
Oh,
When
snap.
I zoom out, it does this. We're living in some fucking weird times, and that fucking plane or whatever it is been sitting like that for a minute, bro. And I've been over here for at least 15, 20 minutes.
Is it stuck in time? Is it a hologram?
But America helped Hitler. Here's the part that I don't like. It's the blatant, overt hypocrisy. You know BMW? You seen the BMW? Yeah, good old Hitler. That's Nazis. Mercedes, you like those? Adolf Hitler, Nazis. Krispy Kreme donuts, partially founded, Nazis.
God damn.
Let's cut the cap. Knock this off. He helped to kill some of our people too in the Holocaust. They don't talk about the African Germans who were there. Don't get this twisted. He learned a lot of what he learned as it pertains to the sterilization, and particularly with needles, from California, from this state, what it was doing to the over 20,000 black and brown women in the prisons. Adolf Hitler gave the credit to California for that part. As it pertains to the eugenics movement, he learned a lot of that from here. Wait. If y'all really want to go there, you helped him. He made Time Magazine's Man of the Year. The swastika didn't come from the Nazis. The swastika was an Indian symbol of peace. That symbol is used all throughout Africa. That symbol is used in Ethiopia. That symbol is used when it comes to the pyramids in ancient Kemet. That symbol was used by our people for peace and tranquility and good faith and love and all these positive affirmations long before Adolf Hitler and the Nazis took it over and stole it. That symbol was used by the Navajo tribe here in Phoenix, Arizona, bro. In the 1940s, they had to remove it. Coca-Cola used to use the swastika. There's a swastika city in New York. Let me help you, bro. Wow. There's a swastika city in Ontario, Canada. So again, he stole that, they stole that, just like they have stolen a lot of different things. And I'm not encouraging people to go put the swastika on. There's so much horrible history that they have put on it to where you have to put things in full context.
No, these are not just eerie warnings for our lives, but we are being warned that they are watching us, and if we don't do something now, we won't survive to the next year. People were terrified after Kendrick Lamar's haunting halftime performance left the crowd in complete shock, with many saying that it's not just a demonic warning, but a horrifying prediction of what America will become, with it already coming true, and none of us will be able to escape this new era. Images showed the hailing of the Freemason to symbolize how America is in trouble and needs to prepare for the worst, with flashing clips also showing the hangman referenced in tarot cards to say Americans are about to be cursed with lots of death. The performance ends with the terrifying phrases "game over" and "warning wrong way" flashed right at where Trump is sitting.
If you have more information on architects that we should work with to build a city, because in Liberia, I envision building a city of the future, an infinite city that can constantly grow. And I envision flying cars. I envision mastering our own minds and telepathic abilities. I envision a spiritual telephone where we can pick up the phone and talk to our ancestors, eventually starting with a Morse code to a language, to hearing their voice, to eventually seeing them. Yeah.
And in 1896, he published a book called Race, Tendencies, and Traits of the American Negro, in which he lays out all the numbers, and then he concludes that if we simply avoided allowing black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. When Teddy Roosevelt, 1912, proposed a national health care system, people said no because black people will get it. When Franklin Roosevelt proposed a national health care system, it was the same thing. We don't want black people to get it. When Truman tried it in 47, same thing. Don't want black people to get it. We have to figure out a way to keep black people from using Medicare. And the way that they came up with was to have a 20% hole, a gap in Medicare, so that you had to pay 20% of your doctor's bill and your hospital bill, and that would discourage poor black people from showing up at the hospitals. Nearly 100% of the reason why the United States is the only country in the world that doesn't define healthcare as a right is because of racism.
There are many pictures about the Russian liberating Auschwitz, and there's never any snow. And the snow was honestly that high. And so I have some connection with the Russian embassy, and I was there once, and I said, something puzzles me. Those photos are fakes because there's no snow. And they said, well, yes, when the army came, they didn't have cameras, they didn't photograph. So only much later, they took pictures like you see now, but this is definitely not in Auschwitz and not the liberation of Auschwitz.
Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, assembled a staff of experts to research the origin of European Jews who had been entering America in large numbers since the 1880s. Ford's research cost him several millions of dollars, and in 1923, he published the results in a 4-volume work titled The International Jew. It was Henry Ford's conclusion that the Jews were not descendants of the biblical Israelites. Ford further proved that these Jews, committing all sorts of crimes while under the cover of being called chosen people of the Bible, were rapidly taking economic and political control of America. Henry Ford also claimed that the Jews had secretly gained control of most Protestant seminaries and Christian book publishing houses, and had been able to remove almost all criticism of Jews from Christian literature. In summing up his findings, Henry Ford stated, "The Jews are not the chosen people, though practically the entire church has succumbed to the propaganda which declares them to be so." Ford's book caused a major uproar for a few years, but soon disappeared from colleges, universities, and public libraries, and became unobtainable at any price.
Yo, like, the people that are in control the past. Like he said, man, you can't find that book nowhere. So basically, they took it off the market, No one has access to it. No one will ever be able to read that book. In a few years, no one will even know about that book. That's how you control history.
Written by a guy, last name Kaufman, I'm blanking on the first name, where he said it's Germany must perish.
Yeah.
Like, they literally wanted to get rid of Anglo-Saxons. And so when you have that context and you're going, whoa, why was I never told about this book, which was published in America? He wrote a book about how they would have to just annihilate them, how they had to make them infertile, that they couldn't produce. And then you hear at the end of that war what was done to German-speaking civilians, and that should send a chill down your spine that you don't know it. That is what scares me, that we were never taught it, which means that we were specifically told an angle, and that angle has been protected for a very long time for a reason that must be evil, because lies can only be served to protect evil.
One of the books that I've written, Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, is what happens early on. And one of our concerns is we have studies that document that black boys may be the best students in the country up until 4th grade. So the question is, what happens to black boys in the intermediate and upper grades to begin to create the kind of image that you're talking about when they become 18 years and older? I sincerely believe that only men can make boys men. Now, don't misquote me. I did not say that a single female parent cannot rear or educate her child, but she need not do that by herself. Because I understand we're on television time, it's time to make the point very clear. Where are black boys going to see black men? If you look at the home, 38% of all black children live in a single-run household. In terms of school, 83% of all elementary school teachers are women. 95% of all teacher aides are women. When you look at on television, you'd be hard-pressed to name 5 positive black men on television outside the news, especially if I excluded Bill Cosby. And then, unfortunately, many young people, men don't go to church. So the last place is the streets, and that's the problem. The streets do a very poor job making black men.
Did not push the vaccine. You were told if you had pushed the vaccine for your patients, say you had pushed 6,000 people who were your patients at that time to get the COVID vaccine, what would have been the income to you?
Yeah, so Blue Cross Blue Shield had an incentive program to get doctors to administer these shots. And under that incentive program, if I had vaccinated the 6,000 patients that I treated for COVID, I would have made $1.5 million.
I'm about to make this all make sense in one video. Pete.
We have only bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI. To AI. AI. I mean artificial intelligence. A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines.
Y'all don't think Elon have a warehouse that's lined up like this right now? The Terminator, half man, half robot, right? I know y'all remember this. Let's continue.
We don't know who struck first, us, them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky.
Y'all know. Did y'all hear the part where he said he don't know who struck first? Have y'all seen this movie Extinction on Netflix about how we had to go against the robots? Yo, we're in the fucking movie. Oh my God!
I can go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We don't have the technology to do that anymore. We don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology. Destroyed that technology.
Destroyed that technology.
And it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to Mars should be one of the next series of steps that humans do. The first step should be going back to the moon for a number of technical reasons and exploration reasons, and then after that, Mars, maybe high orbit in Venus atmosphere, maybe going to Europa. There's all kinds of targets to go to, places of interest in our solar system. The only limit to a human future is in our own imaginations. Imagination.
Now, why would you destroy the technology that you need to go to the moon? Why? After you just did this successful exploration to the moon, right? You're going to destroy the technology so that you can't go back? Or you just never were there. You never had the technology to get there. Or it's not something you can go to.
Has anyone like looked around Kazakhstan? Because I know Borat said it was like a poor country, but
Not at all.
I asked ChatGPT like where Tartaria was, and it told me it's in Kazakhstan. And like the more I look around on Google Earth, I'm like what kind of things are actually going on here? And I mean, there's like a bunch of like I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. Like everything seems really nice, and like I never knew they had such amazing structures. But then I did like more digging, and like every single town has amazing, like, oh my god, who made this?
So I just drove from Georgia to California, and here's some tidbits of my experience. First of all, America isn't what we think it is. I'll come back to that. If you're new at driving, do not drive through Nevada and Arizona. You will be scared. Once you're no longer in a major city, which is like 80% of America, there's no black people. I didn't even see a lot of white people either. But I was confused about one thing. I saw that the Mexican and the Native American communities were kind of combined, and it kind of puzzled me. For one, I couldn't tell them apart. And high Mexican populated areas were next to reserves. So being new to this, I even asked a Native American what that was about. They didn't even know. So are Mexicans a descendant of Native Americans or vice versa?
I think so. I don't know.
They have colonized time. I was reading this book, The Colonization of Time, which I don't recommend. It's just a whole bunch of words and not saying too much of anything. But it did talk about how before colonizers arrived, they noticed how the indigenous people just moved around freely and just wandered about, just carefree. Our concept of time was tied to nature because we are tied to nature. The sun, the moon, the stars, the earth. We observe the patterns and the movements of the animals. We observe the changes in all kinds of vegetation. And that's how we understood time. The colonizers, being unnatural with no connection to nature, did not understand this. So they imposed a rigid mechanical system of minutes and seconds and hours. And they used it to constrict our movements and to constrict our minds.
Dang, I can't even say it. Colonization of time.
Dude, look at this shadow right here, man. Look how cool that looks. Dude, I used to never see these right here. Never. And look at all the other. I've never seen that in person but one other time, dude. Just look how crazy that looks. I mean, it goes all the way. Look at that, man. That's wild, ain't it?
How?
Probably the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. And look, there's even another one right there it looks like maybe, but look, what are these things right here? What's that news guy's name again? I can't remember his name. He commented on one of my videos one time about these, just saying it was, it was normal and blah, 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 but I just think it's cool because I've never seen that before, but one other time. And I remember being a kid, and I remember being a kid, man, and I never saw these right here. Like I never ever, those, it's just crazy stuff, man. It's pretty cool stuff.
It is crazy. So is the shadow casting up or down? Do y'all know?
Breaking news, we're going to make America healthy again with the confirmation of RFK Jr. He was confirmed just a few short minutes ago with a vote of 52 to 48. Look out, folks. Kash Patel is coming next.
All right.
I know the government has been real stressful for everybody lately. All the news is pretty much just bad news. But I got some more bad news. That's the best part. There's a problem that I don't really see many people talking about, so I'm going to bring it up. There is a huge white nationalist movement going on in the United States. I knew about it years ago, but there wasn't anything I could do because it's freedom of speech. Plus, they're very organized and they're very hidden. And it's not just like a couple clubs, down south. It's not just that. They have them in every single state. In bigger states, they have them in every single city. And it's not just like a club where people come together and, have a couple drinks and play cards. They are training. They organize together with outside chapters to work out, martial arts, firearms. They also do other things that, just regular dude shit. But these are not just dudes. These are dudes that have been training for the past few years because they want to be ready for what's about to happen. And everybody told me I was crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Why are you spending that much money on ammunition? Why do you work out so much? This is why. I told people that when this shit happens, don't come to me. I was crazy every day but one. The day it happened. Now, I'm going to hold your hand when I'm telling you this because I mean this in the nicest way. If you are a bigger person, you need to lose weight fast. You need to go get a gym membership. You need to work out. If you are out of shape in any way or form, even if you're in shape, you need to join a gym. Lift weights. Do cardio. If you have a boxing membership or some type of martial arts, even better. If you do not own a firearm, buy one. Practice with it. Yeah, they're expensive. Put it on a fucking credit card. Not like we're going to last long enough for you to pay it off. And no, don't buy a freaking High Point. Do your research. Buy something very reliable. Buy something that you can afford as well. Buy ammo. Buy ammo. If you can afford plates, buy them. Level 4 plates. Buy tactical first aid kits. Make a bug out bag. I know there's some people that have had trouble getting in shape. This is a reason to, because this isn't a negotiation anymore. Now you don't have a choice. You have to. This will save your life. You got a bunch of social medias, delete them. I mean it, delete them. That $500 billion that we're putting into AI, we already have AI. They're going to use it as surveillance. They are going to access your phone without you knowing. And be careful what you say to people, because over 100,000 members worldwide of this organization, they'll turn you in when things go south. And the names of the clubs will not always be obvious. I want to point that out. They have hundreds of different names, and not all of them you would think, oh, that's a club. Be safe, be armed, stay alive.
Or involving that Blackhawk helicopter, of course, involved in the horrific midair collision over the Potomac. The NTSB and FAA briefed lawmakers behind closed doors today, and the senator who, after that meeting, said that the Blackhawk helicopter was equipped with a key navigation safety tool, but that it was turned off. Here's Martha Raddatz tonight.
Crews tonight lifting the mangled wreckage of that Army Blackhawk helicopter from the frigid Potomac River, 8 days after it collided into an American Airlines jet midair, leaving 67 people dead. The NTSB briefing lawmakers behind closed doors today, Senator Ted Cruz saying that helicopter had turned off a crucial safety system.
This was a training mission, so there was no compelling national security reason for ADSB to be turned off. The Blackhawk had a transponder, so it would appear on radar, but ADSB out is significantly more accurate.
That system, the Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, or ADSB, tracks the location of aircraft by GPS, showing altitude and ground speed, as well as where other aircraft are around them. Experts say it's significantly more accurate than radar.
If they've got VIPs on board, they'll turn their ADSB off so people won't be able to tell where they are for security reasons.
You hear what he said?
ADSB on for regular training missions where security may not be as necessary.
Who was on there? The Army helicopter was flying above the maximum 200-foot altitude when it slammed into the plane as it made its final approach to Reagan National Airport. And tonight, the NTSB saying preliminary data confirms the pilots of that Blackhawk were wearing night vision goggles at the time of the crash, which experts say can make flying over city lights challenging. The ADSB and
my brother had a whole debate because they put in the history books, oh, slaves couldn't read or write. I was like, maybe they just spoke another language. I don't believe they couldn't read or write. They had kingdoms before. They was already established before. They were speaking Hebrew. I knew it. I just knew it. I had a feeling they were speaking another language. I just couldn't figure it out.
Bro, what the fuck is this?
What? It's a ghost ship? I'd stay away from that.
What the fuck is this?
What the heck?
There's no pizza we didn't love.
They'll name 3 names for your lady parts.
Mini Moo, for JJ, and a pizza.
What is up with the pizza stuff, y'all? We see it everywhere.
What?
And a pizza.
Look at Ellen like, yo, why you telling them? Ellen's like, come on.
Mini Moo is when you're describing it to a child.
What?
For JJ is like, hey. And a pizza is when someone's nasty.
When someone's nasty. What?
Honey, pizza's here.
Pizza? I told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all in Aniston. It's like, George and I would love you to come over for pizza, but
How was the pizza? Was it good?
oh,
Did he make it
Amal's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They
Yeah,
both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he doesn't
5
do
different
better
kinds.
than
5
everybody
different
else.
kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night.
Let's be
Clooney's was
quiet.
excellent.
Shut
Amal's was the winner.
Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Best fucking pizza I've ever had. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Some white babies got some white babies. Some white babies. Damn! I pay property taxes, bitch. I own my.
Get back.
I own my.
Sir, don't do it.
I own my.
Don't do it, man. We got you.
You understand why we're out here? My guys aren't going to
We're at 21. I didn't.
get down here. We can get out of here.
Okay.
And we might need an escort. We got a vehicle right over there. A Jeep with a dog in it. Hey, come on.
Hey, mother.
It's not worth it.
Sir, stop. No.
Hey, come on. It's not
I got
worth
the wrong
it. It's not worth it.
I got the wrong neighborhood.
Guys,
They
it's
got
not worth it. It's not worth it.
They ain't gonna come to y'all neighborhood and do that.
It's not worth it, guys. Hey, it's not worth it. We'll get that. Just, it ain't, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Back, bro. It ain't worth it. Back. It ain't worth it. Back.
Talking about it ain't worth it.
Back, guys. Back. Bro, it's not.
They protecting
bro, it
their
ain't
people.
worth it, man.
It is. You know
it's not
it is.
worth it.
You know it is.
It ain't worth it
It's
for
you
these
black
ignorant
man.
ass people. Hey.
Yeah.
Guys,
Y'all gotta get out of here.
It's not worth it.
Get that up out of here! Get your bitch ass out of here!
That's how you come together and get people about your neighborhood. You know, they coming over here trying to spread some hate. Nah, you in the wrong neighborhood. You chose the wrong one. Get up out of here. Talking about we might need an escort because we got a car over there. Don't come over here demonstrating if you feel like you need an escort by the police. Don't ask them to help you if you're going to demonstrate some hate. You know? Because if it was the other way around, I'm just saying.
Wait, what is this? Oh, there's a rocker here. Is this a rocker or lid? Right in the center of the room is the sarcophagus of God Osiris. Oh my god.
This sarcophagus is allegedly the portal to the underworld, and virtually no humans have ever been here before.
That was at the bottom of the pyramids? Mr. Beast got pulled to do whatever he want, basically. Yo. Got powers? Like, how does this happen? This is nighttime, right? And it's just super bright, just lighting up the sky.
你看看，是啊，不知道。
Wait.
老大一片，这不又来一片？看，2片、3片鸟，哎，你看看，啊，这是嘛呀？鸟啊！你看看，嘛鸟？这不正常，大晚上。你看看，我这3波，是鸟吧？又来了，我操，都那么多呢！哎呀，
Bro, what is
这不
it?
鸟是嘛？哎，你拍下来。
What was that?
They're low. 3 of them.
Yo. Get this mother away from me. Uh-oh, we got aliens out here on the beach.
Was Japan bombed during World War II to hide traces of old world Tartarian buildings and structures?
I think so. I think a lot of wars and a lot of bombings and things of the such have all been to cover up the past, to destroy the past, and so that they can rebuild what is now, the present.
We all know or can look up the official reason for World War II. But was the destruction and therefore covering up of old world technology at least an ulterior motive? After all, is it really necessary to lay waste to entire cities towards the end of the war when it was almost already won? You can see that similar to Germany, Japan looked better prior to the war than it does today, even with so-called modern technology. And while there's theories that nuclear weapons aren't quite what we're told they are, that doesn't change the fact that Nagasaki and Hiroshima were completely leveled. Not to mention even more damage was done to Tokyo due to persistent carpet bombing. It was such overkill it seems it was about more than just winning a war, and as well as depopulation, was about cleansing the earth of an advanced civilization that existed before us.
Facts. I don't know.
This lady in Congress apparently was suing Starbucks because they weren't listing the ingredients on their drinks.
Oh, gosh.
And the pumpkin spice latte had the active ingredient of ammonia in it.
Oh!
Why?
They use it for food coloring.
No
to make it
way.
orange.
No
Yeah. So
way. There's gotta be a better way.
In Europe, they list the ingredients and they use, I believe, carrot or beets or something. That's like a natural food coloring. But the U.S. Starbucks was using an ingredient that included ammonia in the pumpkin spice lattes to make them orange looking.
What are we doing? Why?
Well, I wonder why everyone's dying of cancer.
Because we're drinking ammonia. Yeah, and that's on purpose. That has to be on purpose.
Yeah, because it's the cheaper option.
And there's no way they just cut it out. It's the middle of fall. You know how many millions of gallons they have of that stuff, probably?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I got pumpkin spice lattes.
Remember that clip of George Bush Sr. throwing up at the thing? Did you see the video clip, the news clip that happened afterwards?
I think so.
It was really weird. I watched this video about it, but they said, one, it was super weird that when he started throwing up, his wife put a towel over his face.
Yeah.
Like, and so he's just like...
Yeah, I'm not buying that this was built for the 1915 World's Fair just to be torn down later. This is remains of what could have been. Man, imagine if the old world was like that. I used to read a lot of books when I was younger, fantasy books and stuff, describing ancient times or old times. A lot of it was in Asia, samurai books and stuff like that. It would be nice to live in some times like this, you know, where the buildings are grand or things are just a little bit more peaceful, where we're not constricted to time or work or the daily stresses of life. We can focus on the art aspect of things.
Yeah, they already told you that the spell is over when Lizzie over there died and they snapped the wand and put it right on her casket for the whole world to see. Most of y'all missed that one right over your head. Now what queen you know? All the queens I know carry scepters or staffs. This one had a wand. Only people I know that carry wands is witches and warlocks. See, they putting everything right in front of your face because it's revelation. You thinking it's a great war of Armageddon, but it means to reveal.
Dang.
If the sun was below the firmament, then it would reflect off the dome and create a sun-like dome reflection above your head.
Has anyone figured out the symbolism of the order of the dancers in this shot? I haven't seen anybody comment on it yet, and I feel like it's almost spelling something out, but I can't quite figure out what it is.
Where are all the blind people at? Because it's Braille. That's my guess. I think it's Braille. And that's why we don't know what it is. This is crazy looking. Yo, that's what it is.
Oh, the one rabbit hole that I did get into, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was the Scientology stuff. I really wanted to know what was it, you know what I mean? And there was one guy who infiltrated the whole thing, but like we've seen, and I've heard stories about people that just do the test, right? It's literally an IQ test.
Yeah.
And then they try to put shit on you. But this guy, this YouTuber, he had like one of these Snapchat glasses.
Yeah.
And he went to the church service, and I've never seen.
And it's like a video cam on the glasses,
and
right?
I've never seen a Scientology church service. Like I've seen the questionnaire, but I've never seen it. And all they do, fam, the pastor goes, "Oh, everyone sit in your seat. You guys sitting? Good. Everyone sit in your seat. You sitting? Good. Everyone sit in your seat." That
Wait,
goes
what?
on
That's it?
for 10 minutes, fam.
Okay, sit in your chair. Good. Sit in your chair. All right, now are you sitting in your chair?
Yes.
Excellent. Sit in your chair.
And he just saying commands over and over.
What's the point of that?
And I'm like, yo, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I went to the comments. I'm like, okay, let's see if people are no. It's just brainwashing technique. If some guy
keeps repeating
an
it.
accomplished task,
Yeah.
it's gonna get more sensitive to obey him. So when he says, "Oh, come next week," you're gonna come next week? Yeah. Are you gonna come next week?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Are you gonna come next week?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Fam, it's 10 minutes of one command, 10 minutes of another command. Yo, it kept going. And if you're really just
That's
like
crazy.
subconsciously like there, yo, you might get fucked up. Like you. Ooh.
That is wild. Yo, this is Paradise. Anybody seen the new show Paradise on Hulu? This is Paradise. Inner Earth. Caves and stuff.
Wildest conspiracy theory is that this is all a setup. That this is the biggest setup the world has ever seen.
Yo. I don't know what that was. Oh, snap. What's up with the planes nowadays?
Have you ever heard of the story, the Epic of Gilgamesh? No. The story was written 2000 BC. The story talks about how he was 2/3 God and 1/3 man. And the claim was that he was 17 feet tall.
Oh man.
And he was this brutal king, like just tyrant. The story goes that he was buried under the Euphrates River.
That's drying up.
Well, here's the thing. In 2003, a archaeologist by the name of Jörg Fassbinder, he was in the Mesopotamia area and doing like the whole LiDAR thing. And what he said is, I have found the tomb of Gilgamesh.
Oh my gosh.
But it's underground, right? So they have to like dig it up. Guess what happened 1 month later?
Earthquake.
The U.S. invades Iraq.
Oh my gosh.
No way. Oh man.
This is where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
All the archaeological sites were then stopped in Iraq, so stop digging. You're out of here. But the locals around this encampment, the U.S. encampment, reported that the U.S. military were digging at night, taking things out of the ground and putting them onto trucks and driving them off.
We're villains.
We are. Aw, snap. Brady a clone. He's a clone. They put that in a movie a while back, too. I forgot what movie it was, but it was like so many different clones of Brady. He would just like go into like this like tanning salon and he would come out a whole new person. Like they would just keep cloning him. Yeah.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back.
So there was no actual dancing, lack of clothing, or inappropriate behavior that children could see during the halftime show. As a parent, it was PG entertainment where I didn't have to have an impromptu X talk. Yet, it was entertaining. Hey, for real though, you know, he ain't cuss, none of that stuff.
The outfit that Kendrick Lamar wore at the Grammys. I don't know
wear?
if you
What did he
bagged
wear?
it. Oh, you didn't bag it?
No,
Okay.
I didn't watch it. I don't.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Kendrick swept the Grammys, 5 Grammys for that one song.
For a diss track,
that
which is
killed
crazy.
Canada, right?
Mhm.
So what is known in Canada? The Canadian tuxedo.
Oh,
he
he wore the
went
Canadian
up
tuxedo?
and he wore denim on denim. So that's another like level of hating of Kendrick. It's literally chess. These like small things to jab at Drake. Yo, he went up there 5 times with a Canadian tuxedo.
That's kind of crazy.
Off the song that he got popular.
I wonder what's gonna happen at the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is gonna dictate whatever else Drake wants.
Yeah.
Because it
I'm
could
waiting
go
for that
really,
still.
really. I heard rumors that the Super Bowl they're gonna end up Drake and Kendrick are both gonna come out.
Oh yeah, I heard it was a pure symbol.
Yeah, like apparently it's just gonna be that's the reconciliation, but I don't know. I don't see that happening.
No,
really.
Because I don't know if you've seen Drake's concert recently.
Mhm.
He had the
bullet holes in
he
his
had the
hoodie,
bullet
right?
holes in the- with
And he
the
had
smoke.
It was kind of hard.
Yeah, it was kind of hard.
But some people thought it was
corny.
corny. Yeah, it's a Drake thing. It's a Drake thing to do. It's kind of cool stuff.
He definitely looked in the mirror before. He's like, "Nah, this is fire."
I noticed we're not seeing Palestine. We're not seeing the California wildfires.
Mm-hmm.
No more drones. No more Cat Williams. No more Terrence Howard.
That's true.
They're not talking about Luigi. They're not talking about the guy that they found on the East Coast with 150 pipe bombs. They're not talking about none of this stuff, bro. Dang. They really, dang. They finessed us. They finessed us. This app is definitely different. That's crazy. Who else noticed this, bro? I knew it was something different about TikTok, bro. Bro, I want y'all to go in y'all search bar, search the California wildfire. I just posted about the California wildfires. But as soon as that uploaded, I started thinking, I ain't seen no alien content, no conspiracy content, dealing with the devil. They ain't talking about that spaceship that they found in space that was coming. Remember that? Bro, how is this okay? See, I'm about to go back to Red Note, bro.
Red Note, huh? No, I never got on Red Note. It's a message. Oh no! What the heck?
For
Them up try to
Elon
take
Musk's
off.
son to tell President Trump that he needs to go away because he's not the president, and then double back after that and tell President Trump to shut his mouth. And when he told him to shut his mouth, it sounded like he said a curse with it. And y'all know I usually drop the video, but I'm not gonna put that video on here. It's circulating, so if you want to see it, you can see it. In order for him to say those things, trust and believe everything that he said he heard before. Now, where he heard it from, we don't know. But 9 times out of 10, he heard it from his father. He's always with his father. And I know we all know this. Kids cannot lie. Kids have no filter. Whatever a kid hears, they repeat and repeat. So apparently, Elon Musk must be at home saying those things. He has to be. Believe this, that kid would never have said those things if he didn't hear it before. It's a lot of you that have kids. You know your kid. You know the words you say in your house. If you say damn and you got a kid that say damn, come on now. That kid heard that somewhere before and he's just repeating what he heard. And the way he repeated it with passion. With passion. So that means he hears it with passion. Like, you're not the president. Go away. Shut your mouth. That's, I don't know. That says a lot to me. I don't know what it says to you, but it says a lot to me. Kids speak the truth.
Hey, the people in charge are the billionaires. It's not the president. In my opinion, I think it's the billionaires, the corporations, the ones with the most funds. Oh, snap. Show didn't show that. Oh, snap. Behind the scenes. The A minor. Wow. They went crazy.
They told us mercury is toxic. I think they mean toxic for the energy companies profiting billions every year. Keep watching to see how civilizations before us got their energy.
Mercury.
Buildings from the old world, the sacred buildings. They used to have these brass balls and they loaded them up with mercury and they put them real high up so that they could gather atmospheric energy, which is free energy. The higher you go up, the more energy that's up there. And they would run, for example, a copper wire down into their home and they could use that if they wanted free energy or to light their light bulbs or whatever things that they had in the home.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and follow for more content like this.
I'm about to start experimenting with some mercury, y'all. About to have free energy all through this spot.
Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type.
Warning, wrong way.
I don't think nukes are even real.
What? We got to dive into that. So what made you have that position?
Actually looking into it, the facts around all of it are insane. So Hiroshima and Nagasaki, I think they were all bombed, but they weren't even in the top 10 most bombed. Did you know that?
No.
Tokyo was way more bombed. They weren't even top 10. And the Japanese didn't surrender because of that. It was because the Russians just went into Manchuria and there was no fallout. The fallout was what scared me. I'm like, okay, so it's going to poison the water and the air forever and ever. And then my dad did a speech in Hiroshima or something and I was scared about the fallout. And it's like, oh no, there's no fallout. And then I realized that they never even evacuated. And then I started looking into nuclear bombs and I'm like, so where is the proof? And then right here in Nevada, they used to blow all of them up. There's no fallout. So I'm like, oh, it's like a psyop. And that's why I'm not even trying to push it on people that they're fake, because I see the game theory of it where it's like, I have a gun under the table, so do I, let's not go to war. But the fear of it was nuts growing up. There's really no evidence that they exist as described.
I'm going to be standing there in their so-called gas chamber at Auschwitz I, and I'm going to be pointing out, oh, no holes in the roof. So that rather makes a mockery of your eyewitnesses who said that they saw the SS men standing there.
Theory of it where it's like, I have a gun under the table, so do I, let's not go to war. But the fear of it was nuts growing up. There's really no evidence that they exist as described.
I'm going to be standing there in their so-called gas chamber at Auschwitz I, and I'm going to be pointing out, oh, no holes in the roof. So that rather makes a mockery of your eyewitnesses who said that they saw the SS men clambering up on the top and dropping the pellets through the holes in the roof. Oh, look at that door over there. It's got a glass pane in it. A pane of glass in a gas chamber, in a door. And there's a 2-inch gap under the wooden door. It's a drafty gas chamber, this one. Right? I'd be asking questions like that. And they know they can't stand that. And so this is the reason that I'm banned from the Auschwitz site. I'd be asking the questions about the heaps of coke which don't exist. What happened to the bodies? I'll be asking questions like that.
There's a lot of questions to be asked about that. But they don't want us to ask those questions because they don't want us to uncover any truths. But yeah, what do you guys think about this Kendrick Lamar halftime performance? Do you think there was a lot of messages there? A lot of symbolism? Are you guys concerned about the future? Is it really game over? I don't know. But yeah, these are some of the most strange and creepy TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.